My name is Eva. I'm a writer, I'm a thinker, I'm a spoken word artist, and I write about the isms: racism, sexism, feminism, ableism, and
Yes.
oftentimes I highlight the privileges that people have, and that makes them rather uncomfortable. So after my performances, people tend to come up to me and they have a variety of reactions. On one hand, I have people who just want to have a conversation. The second type fall into the more like it turns into a therapy session. They want to tell me about how bad they feel about all the privilege that they have that I don't have. And then the last type is the ones that people who want to have an intellectual discussion with me. And it turns into a debate. And it wasn't until I stayed until 3 a.m. in a bar with a man who was debating with me about something he had no lived experience on that I realized this is more for his entertainment than really a movement. So I'm a poet. What can I do? I write a poem about it. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, is the poem that I wrote. It's called Be Careful. And what I hope you can do is listen to this poem with some openness in your heart to be careful, to be able to understand that we engage in different power dynamics at every point of our lives. Sometimes it's socioeconomic, sometimes it's racial, sometimes it's gender. And when somebody in a lower power position speaks to you, be careful. Be careful on how you respond to them. If you don't have anything to say, just keep quiet. But be careful when it comes to like confessing to them or debating with them. Okay, so this is the context of the poem. Thank you so much for listening, and here we go.
Yes.
Be careful. Be careful. Walk on eggshells careful. Be careful not to trample on the garden of my being. In dire desperation to douse yourself with relief after being set on fire with the guilt of your unearned privilege. Be careful. Please, 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 don't come up to me and say, I'm so sorry. I just never really knew how tough it would be to be you because you see, I just never had to deal with all of that ish. Look, I'm not trying to hurt you, and I'm not trying to shame you, but I'm asking you to be careful because this isn't easy. For me to stand up, to speak up, to take up space has taken me decades. And the few minutes of discomfort you feel is a mere inconvenience compared to the lifetime that I've lived in this body. The door shut in my face and the hostility harpooned in my heart. No. For the knowledge that I have acquired, I have had to excavate generations of pain, open wounds that have already been scabbed over, reading book after book after book, and writing article after article after article, and crying and crying and crying, enough tears to fill the ocean. So I'm asking you to be careful. I'm asking you not to ask me to take care of you tonight. I'm asking you to be a big boy. Be a big boy, baby. Don't you see? You are replicating the legacy of inequality by taking the spotlight on you away from me. No! Nope. Nope, it ain't fair. Nope, I can make you feel better tonight, and no, I hope you don't feel better. Because I know that when the indignation of injustice rises through your belly like putrid acid reflux, you will want some sweet relief. You'll want to swallow the bile down with a soothing smoothie of love and light. Don't. Please don't. And don't talk to me about love and light and oneness, about bringing people together and not dividing them. Please don't speak to me about empowering myself by challenging the narrative, and please, for heaven's sake, please don't speak to me about love as if you know something that I don't. Consider, consider that my words too may be coming from love. Love for the repressed, oppressed, and underrepresented. Consider that love is vast. Love challenges. Love seeks to rectify. Love isn't only frictionless bliss. Love isn't only, oh, shanti, 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 om. But love is also the ability to speak truth to power. And speaking truth to power isn't easy. There's little to gain and everything to lose. You lose your friends. You lose your family. You lose your business. You may even lose your community. And you gain the reputation of being that bitch. The bitch who is too woke, too angry, too critical, too problematic, too. So, Boo Boo, how are you? Check in with yourself. Is a tantrum coming on? Don't don't cross your arms across your chest and look up into the distance and say, well, I guess I just can't say anything right. I should probably keep quiet. No, of course you can speak, but can you do it with some respect? Can you be with your rage and this stage? Can you see me as a human too, not merely the entertainment for the night? Someone to be dragged in the mud of your ignorance for education and edification. I love playing, but this ain't a game. So meet me with equal consideration or not at all. If you can't hear my words, let my poem wash over you and forget it. Listen, I get it. This is complicated. There are no simple answers, and I only know what I know. And there's so much that I don't even know that I don't even know. So I promise you, I am open to hearing different perspectives, to being challenged, and to evolve. So if you can understand what I'm saying, can you snap your fingers with me? Okay. And can you smile with me? Thank you. And can you take 2 deep breaths with me? One more. Because, baby, we can build bridges over differences and distances. We can build coalitions. This is complicated. We both have to work to this. And I'm letting you know that the bar is high. But if you try to meet me outside your comfort zone, babe, we can take these broken eggshells and make the most marvelous mosaic of unforeseen possibilities, babe. When you process your privilege with care, know that I will always, always meet you there.
Yes!